Hey, this is Jumpcancel. I'm Jack-Onee-san. Joined with me is my co-host Nick, whose
Yep.
name I will not mention. And with us we have determined SAITO.
What is ups?
How's it going, buddy?
It's been doing all right. Mostly just been going to work, coming home,
Yeah,
work out, and then occasionally play video games.
yeah. Oh my god, I know that fucking grind.
Yeah.
Uh, I got something I gotta talk to you about.
All right.
Do you own any burbs, or are you just like a burb appreciator?
What do you mean? Like, what about burbs?
I look at your Twitter and I see
Yeah.
some cute gifs of some burbs.
Yeah.
You got some burbs of your own?
Yeah. I got two.
Oh, what are we talking here?
I got two lovebirds, peach faced. Well, they have like white, more white than peach.
Okay.
One of them's a brat, and the other one's really like passive.
All right, I got that off my chest. What games you been playing? How's life been treating you? I don't think I've seen you since like February.
Yeah. In terms of games I've been playing, I mean, the most I've been playing is Smash Bros. Ultimate. Since like it's something I can pop in, play for a little bit, and then turn off. As well as the fact that like I up until this Monday for next month or so, I've been going to the Smash weeklies at the St. Clair College.
Okay, how have always been treating you?
No, it's been pretty good. There's a lot of people that come by. Majority of the players there are really good, so you can definitely see like how you stack up compared to others.
I remember.
Is there a lot of Joker?
Um, I seen two or three after he came out during the first like time he came out, and that's about it. Honestly,
Really?
There's a lot of Joker in London, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so. I don't really pay much attention to the Smash scene as I'm sitting in my schoolgirl's corner, but
hmm
yeah, Joker's my boy. I'd rep him out if I could fucking download him day one. Oh my god. I,
yeah,
I I hopped on in the middle of like studying for a differential equation exam to like download him. Couldn't put my Switch back to its dust-filled corner, and then went back to learning math or some shit.
yeah. Every single time like a major character comes out for DLC, this happens. Like this happened with Ryu when he came out back in Smash Four. Like she shut down like the entire like it wasn't just the eShop; you couldn't even get online. Period. And then like the same thing happened. Now the same thing kind of happened with Bayonetta, but with that time it was just the eShop. Oh,
Uh,
the same thing happened with Cloud too. So like every time a major third party character comes out for DLC for Smash, it's just like it makes the servers go to shit.
I mean, it's weird. It's like Nintendo's been doing this for like 4 years at this point.
hmm
They should know that a Smash character's going to blow up their shit.
Well, the thing is that like I know it's the least of the Smash Four times when they did it is they released the update first, like just released the update at some point, and it came in, and then they released like the thing where you can go into the eShop and download the character. The thing that this time with Joker, what fucked it up was that they stupidly decided to schedule maintenance on the servers around the same time as Joker's like release time,
Wait,
and
whoa, why?
that's why everything got screwed up. Because like if you had the fighter pass, like the season pass, whatever, he was already on. Like you once you get the update, he was already on. You didn't have to go back into the eShop. But because the whole entire Nintendo servers were on maintenance the same time as his release was, that's what caused everybody not be able to download anything.
Hmm, interesting.
So like I think if they don't do that something that stupid again for the next character, which is gonna be Frisk, but as long as it's not they don't do that something like that again, it should be smooth this time.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Oh, wait, what makes you say it's going to be Frisk?
Maybe not the next character, but I think Frisk is gonna be in the season pass.
Interesting.
Who?
It's one of my big brain predictions. Just like how I actually, weirdly enough, I actually predicted every character that ended up coming to Smash Ultimate. Though my only incorrect thing was I said that Richter was going to be a costume and not an Echo Fighter. That's the only thing.
Now, I have a real low brain question, but who's Frisk?
The main human from Undertale.
Okay, I thought that was Undyne or something.
Now Undyne's like the fish lady with the armor and stuff. She's like hot blood and kind of cool.
Okay,
Up until,
Mhm.
yeah.
I still
And
have
then there's
to.
also, sorry, you
No,
go.
all right. Yeah, I still have to play Undertale at some point.
It's a very good game.
Okay. If they add an Undertale character, I
Yeah,
feel it could be Sons.
it wouldn't be. I can't see it happen because like usually whenever Smash Bros tends to do a solo character for like a rep, it's usually the main pro tag. And the thing about it is Sans is like a secondary character.
I want it to be Papyrus.
It'd be cool, but going by how their logic is, like the only exception I can remotely think of in this situation is Pikachu for like Pokemon, but Pikachu was like the face of Pokemon anyways.
Yeah, Pikachu's the main character. Like, what else are you going to do? Bulbasaur? No, no. You do
Yeah.
you do the anime one.
Hell, that's actually what they do with a lot of times with Smash Bros. They tend to reference the anime the most out of anything, like the voice actor character for whatever it is. A lot of like references to what they do is usually based off the anime, more so than the games.
Does Joker have voice lines? And
Yeah,
oh, okay.
you got
Yeah,
a few
is like in Persona or in Smash.
In Smash.
in Smash. She's got a few voice lines. It's mostly like little things like
Persona.
yeah, like Persona or Come Out or Recall or things like that. It's little things like that or whatever the words are, Eha, Egaheim, and things like that. It's not like big sentences.
Yeah.
So far in the game, I've only heard him say is Jane, and
Yeah.
All right. So Nick, you plan on playing Persona 5 in Japanese, right?
yes, though Ethan has strong-armed me into starting the English game that's already out.
So so first off, congrats on 50% completion of your kanji.
Yes, thank you.
Congrats.
If you play that game in Japanese, I'm not your friend.
Why not?
You're going to understand like 3 sentences. That's going to be it. And I'm going with like, oh my god.
Clinton, I'll understand like 20% of the sentences, first of all. Second of all, I am currently playing the game.
Nick, here's the problem. Some of those cutscenes don't let you sit on the dialogue for as long as you want.
No, I know that. But I'm assuming most of those cutscenes are cutscenes I'll already have experienced from my current playthrough.
So you're planning on beating the game first.
Yes.
You have 100 hours to spare before like what, October, March? When's
That's like 4 months from now. No, 5.
5 months? All right, so you got like 5 months. So 20 hours a month.
You better put on safety.
Yeah.
Ethan beat it in a week.
I mean, yeah. Game's easy.
I'm playing on hard,
Game's still easy. Don't run out of SP and you're good.
without controlling my allies.
Yeah. Wait, what? What? What?
I gotta get my Persona 3 nostalgia in.
No.
Oh.
Oh.
That's strange.
How do I do a podcast with this kind of? Oh my god. Oh no. Why? Nick, why?
Look, man, the less decisions I have to make, the better.
Oh boy.
The whole point of the games is decision making. That's like what makes it even remotely
Like playable.
good.
Yeah.
Persona 3 was great, and it didn't have controllable allies.
But I mean, like, Persona 3 had much more like choices to make compared to 5. And honestly, like on honesty, like 5 is a lot more streamlined, so there's less decisions to make.
Yeah, no. So
No, I'm talking in battle specifically.
Yeah, but I mean that's the thing. Persona 5 has less decisions in battle. I mean, and there's less decisions in the gameplay in terms of like the outside the battle thing. So it makes up for it by letting you make decisions in gameplay in the fights.
yeah, they
While
just
Persona 3 is the opposite way around. You have way more choices outside of battle to make up for the fact that you have no control in battle.
in battle you have I miss the old melee system. Protagonist gets to choose whatever type of weapon he wants. You have like crush, pierce, and slash, and then I guess that sort of comes back with gun and melee, but
Yeah.
yeah. For the secret tech of how to beat Persona 5 on whatever difficulty is you just rush the Death Arcana until like level 9, maybe 10, where you get like access to her SP bracelets or whatever, and after that you can solo. Well, you can't exactly solo. You can single day a dungeon. That's how you get through it first game, and then once you get New Game Plus, you don't actually need your teammates. Like my New Game Plus run, I played it solo Joker.
So what you're telling me is I need to go download the Maniac difficulty or whatever.
If
Okay.
you want.
It's alright. The game's not hard. You try and seduce all the waifus, and in the meantime, figure out weaknesses and then exploit weaknesses, and that's the game. One of my favorite games of all time. I can boil down to 2 sentences.
Fuck bitches, get masks.
Yeah, pretty much. So I heard it was on the most recent episode of Castle Super Beast, but they're talking about how JRPGs are all automated. It's just sometimes you're the automation, and that's my history with Persona. Is I'm figuring out how to automate the game.
I feel like that could be said for a lot of games, honestly. Like, once you find what is the optimum thing to do, anything becomes optimized. Like, it becomes like automation.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
it's like
by definition, automation is non-human controlled.
Yeah.
well, you could say non-conscious control at some point. It's like once I've done my hit confirm, I'm doing my combo.
Well, it's at some point it's flow theory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or speaking of like doing combos without thinking, you can barely. It's like playing Bardock basically. Just press square.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Bardock has the easiest auto combo in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a game that already has easy auto combos that auto correct themselves in mid swing.
Yeah. I mean, it's gotta.
Wait, yeah, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he was. It's got the easiest auto combo in the game. Press square.
Speaking of what's it called? That game. Unrelated note: does that game still not have like a rage quit penalty?
I have no idea. I play Skullgirls and Guilty Gear, and in
I've never
between
played
those
it
2
online.
games, I sleep and go work.
Yeah. I have a in terms of like fighting games. I'm really trying like I guess not. I wouldn't say like I guess they take much more like time into like obviously there's Smash Ultimate. I want to play more SF5, but like there's fucking no one to play with except for online, and online's a joke for any fighting game.
Yeah, except for Skullgirls. Rest, bless up.
Yeah.
God bless our Lord, GGPO.
I'd argue there is issues with GGPO because like even if that netcode's really great, if someone has shit internet, it's still like hell.
Mm-hmm. I know.
And a lot of people just don't have good internet. Like they're like, hey guys, my router is like a dented monster can, and my sister is on Netflix. I'm gonna go online.
Yeah. So I committed some scumbaggery while I was away at school, and I was net playing Play Melty, one of our London guys in Skullgirls, and I didn't let him know I was on Wi-Fi until like a week ago, and we played for about 4 months. I think GGPO took some of the hit for that.
Yeah.
See, I don't mind people with bad internet playing online games. I have a problem with people playing with bad internet playing online games and then blaming the company for their bad internet.
Yeah. No, I'll try to like do a flash kick in 5 frames, and then if that doesn't work enough times, I'll just leave the room.
Yeah.
That's just how it works. Like, I don't like delay-based netcode, so I prefer if fighting game companies would just use like GGPO, and like rollback.
That's fair because rollback netplay has been
always
really
better.
popular.
Always better.
Yeah, and that's what I mean with like Street Fighter 5. Is that it has something similar to a rollback netcode, and like when it's working, it works actually really well. That's the thing I noticed about that, and like back in the day, Cross Tekken had the same exact type of netcode, at least on PS3. I never played the 360 or PC version, but it had a rollback type of netcode as well, despite them being like 3D based fighting games and like their models and stuff. But when they're working, they work really well. But like when they're not working, then it's not so
nightmare.
great because people are like they just don't realize that like you shouldn't play on Wi-Fi or you should have like a decent connection. But they're like, nah, I paid $20 a month for my internet and I'm half the house away from a router. And like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, that was me before I. So there's a point in history where I was trying to get my household to switch over the internet. And I'm like, I made a PowerPoint, like a Google Docs slideshow presentation for what we pay in our internet, what speed we get, my personal test results, recommendations for different upgrades, pricing, a budget, told them how much they could save per month, plus the speed increase we'd be getting, and this was 2 years ago, nothing. Eventually, I come back from school for a little while because I'm dead ass broke. Can't afford the next semester, so I go to work and I'm like, all right, I want to fucking net play some Guilty Gear. What do I gotta do? Presentations and math has not worked, so the only option I have is a hostile takeover. I bought a router, bought a modem, got the internet installed myself. Bill's under my name at this point. But before that, I was playing these motherfuckers on Wi-Fi.
Oh no.
I was the problem you just described.
Yep.
My last game was Street Fighter V that I ever have played, and likely ever will, was I was playing Akuma online, and I did a DP, and then it rolled me back to me getting medium kick drill supered by Cammy, and then I put the game down forever.
Oh no.
I was like,
But was it a normal DP or an EX DP?
It was an EX DP, but the issue was my internet was so bad that it rolled it back before I did the DP, and I was like, oh,
damn.
I'm done with, and I'm quite sure I said bad game and walked away.
Oh no. That's the thing. To me, like I'm trying to play that more often. I do play like Sam Show and like a bunch of other stuff like that. But like the thing I like about games like Sam Show and Super Turbo and Sailor Moon and a lot of these other like older style fighting games is that you don't really have to like lab really. If you're thinking about like you don't have to sit there and like keep labbing all the time like in modern style fighting games. Like you need just like basic fundamentals, learning the matchups or things like that. And then just adaptability, being able to adapt to each person when you play them, and that's like good. That's like good enough for you. It seems at least that's been working for me for like the past like 15 or so years. I've been playing fighting games competitively, quote unquote.
Yeah, it's like I don't. Street Fighter 2 Super Turbo. It's not exactly about doing the optimal combo. It's more about doing the footsies because your crouch medium kick is going to do like a quarter of their health anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I like about those kind of games is that like you don't have to lab stuff, but then there's like Street Fighter V where you have to lab stuff, but at the same time, I'm lucky in the fact that the two characters I play, which is Karin and Goki, they've more or less stayed the same since their release, barring a few minor little changes here and there. It's like whenever they got balance changes, it wasn't like you didn't have to play the character completely different than how they were in the previous season. Like rip all the freaking like Ryu players or rip like half the other cast. It's like one balance patch comes out and then their character is completely different than what it used to be.
Yeah, I was a Ken player, so there's Nick.
And in the case of like Karin is that her DP never had invol to begin with, so when the whole lose all DP invol patch of season two happened, it didn't affect her at all because EX Rasenha, despite the tutorial thing saying it's totally invincible, is actually not invol at all. I mean, actually technically it has projectile invincibility, but who the fuck cares about projectile invincibility on a DP?
Oh no, I can DP through this fireball so that I can do... Yeah. Speaking of net play, Nick.
Yes.
This Thursday, we're going to do our first bonus episode where we actually play fighting games for once.
Woo!
Yes.
Okay. This Thursday, we're good?
It should be.
Cool.
Like, technically I'm supposed to have something I do on Thursday, but it hasn't happened in 2 months, so...
Alright. I think we might be doing this, like, maybe a monthly thing, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Good.
Yeah, sounds good. Net play for like an hour. Who knows?
Sounds good in the hood.
So if you pull out your Johnny on me, I'm pulling out my...
Okay, low key. So, because I've been fucked up by like working midnights, I missed the last like 2 locals that we had in London. So I became a net play warrior, and I just got fucked up by these 2 Ramlethals on.
Ramlethal looks so cool when she's being played well.
It's like when she has her swords, her buttons are so fucking big, and then once she hits you, it doesn't matter where you are on the screen. She's taking you to the corner, and she's doing like a wall splat, and her combos are like 37 hits, and I'm like, okay, so I can get burst back like 3 times a match, but man, this is fucking frustrating.
Yeah, the key is don't let her get anything.
Yeah, I sort of figured that out, but it was like, it's basically lose round start. Her combos do no damage but last forever, so I can go get myself a drink, use the washroom, whatnot, come back, check if I have burst back, and then wait for round 2.
Yo, that sounds like playing Marvel.
I mean, as a Skullgirls player, it's not the worst thing in the world, but like I don't have to block 6 different cross-ups, but I was getting fucking reset, which is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a good Remthal will mix you up all the time. She's like 3 different mix-ups.
Yeah. Remember back when it used to be like 5? I'm at least glad at that. It's like the thing I noticed. The thing I noticed about with Guilty Gear is that like I like for the most part how the balance is, but I feel like little minor things could be fixed and then the game would be even better. But unfortunately, it's very clear that the things that we said were issues that back during Rev 2, they don't see them as issues, so they kept them as is. In some ways, made them worse. But they fixed other issues that were like surface level, and then that kind of crippled a lot of characters that didn't need to be hurt the way they were.
Rev 2.1, they nerfed Jacko.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Didn't they nerf Coom as well?
Think so, yeah.
Yeah, and I think they nerfed Coom. I know they nerfed the shit out of Raven for no reason, because I personally felt that people overblew like how crazy Raven was. I thought crazy, like he's not. I'm not saying he's overrated, but like people blew that out of proportion.
Yeah,
people consider him top 3.
Yeah, Ball Oki was some bullshit, but then they made Ball Oki worse, and then it's like, well.
Yeah.
I guess I don't have to block as much.
Yeah. I feel like when they ruined the Ball Oki, that kind of like ruined the character in a way. Especially in a game where like we already have characters like Eno and Milia and Johnny and Faust, and those are characters of crazy Oki as well. Hell, we kept big freaking I don't know what the names are, the Kai Oki thing. Like they kept that.
Grinder,
that's fine.
Grinder Oki into bullshit.
Like that thing's completely fine, but like we're hurting Raven like crazy. It's good. Their priorities are not in check.
They nerfed Johnny so hard that Peppery Splash switched over to Venom.
What? Isn't Johnny still the best character in the game?
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't think it's as dominant.
No, the only thing they changed was they made it harder to get knocked down, but then also did something that made it easier to get knocked down, so there was like net 0 change. They just like changed.
Why would you change characters at that point?
Oh, he didn't. That's
okay.
He did switch to Venom, but I think he did it because he wanted to play with some balls or something. Felt like fun.
Yeah. Venom's a good character though. He's a fun character. I personally don't like facing Venom, but I do like the character as a whole.
Yeah, he's
design, what he does and everything.
Yeah. There's a lot of characters that are stylish as fuck. As a Leo player, I hate.
I mean, I'm a Soul person, so I'm not that much different.
You see, I'm a Soul player in Spirit, but then I can't do neutral without throwing out Gunflame and then doing Ren Viper. So it's like it's not good for me. Like I'm supposed to be progressing like far/5H, but my brain says Fafnir YRC Wild Throw. So it's just it's not a good combination for me. Like,
I've done Fafnir YRC Wild Throw far too many times, even on like tournament streams, and it's fun.
Like Soul, Bandit Brainer, or like Fafnir is so much of my aesthetic that I love it. But if I play him, I make people upset with me. They're disappointed in me as a person. Call me Special Move Soul. I try not to DP, but then it's just like the input comes out, and it's I can't do it. I can't pick that character. If I do, it's always a bad time for everyone involved.
Yeah, I know that feel. But for me personally, it's like I look at it as if people are getting mad or if they're getting like tilted, whatever. I use it to my advantage. It's like because especially in a competitive thing, it's like as long as it's not something that's actually breaking the game or not cheating, anything goes. If you're going against an opponent who gets mad or disappointed themselves really quickly, it's like that's not your problem. That's something they need to work through. So if you can tilt them, then go ahead, tilt them as much as you want.
Oh yeah, that's ammo.
But they're getting mad at him because they can beat him even on his main. He's playing someone he's much worse at.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's generally. It's generally not like they're tilting off of me. It's like a fatherly disappointment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I can make people tilt with Leo just fine. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like if he plays as Leo against me, he's gonna win 8 out of 10 times. Easy.
Yeah.
Wow, Nick, way to sell me short. 8 out of 10? Come on, dude.
Look,
You know those numbers are higher.
I don't know about that. I do hate the Leo matchup, like, a lot.
I can at least do, I want to say 18 out of 20. 19 out of 20.
That's 18 out of 20 is the same thing as 9 out of 10.
I know.
I like the matchup of Leo, like versus Leo, but I don't get to play it often enough, so it's always like, this matchup is fun to me, but then I don't play it often enough that when I do face it, it's like, oh shit, I forget what I gotta do.
Yeah, that's my favorite part is when when I'm net playing, I'll do like a few things as a test of like, do you know? Oh, you don't know. Okay, cool. That's where we're at. It's like I'll do overhead into overhead. I'll do like I'll pull them out of the corner with 5H and then do the cross up run. And if they don't know to either throw that or that it's going to hit them cross up, it's like, okay, we're going to have some fun in this set, but it's not going to be fun for you.
Oh, you know what's the best thing? Speaking of bad habits as a Soul player, more like it's just habits that come from other games that translate into Soul for me is that I'm so used to so many other games like Street Fighter and stuff where you can do like crouch medium into Fireball. So I do like 2D into Gunflame a lot.
Okay, that's not a terrible thing because if you're doing like raw 2D Gunflame, then if you get 2D counter hit, that's like one of his best combos is 2D counter hit Gunflame and then like an air series.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does if it's not on counter hit. Now, if it's at the end of a combo, if you delay it enough, you can get like the fireball to be meaty. But sometimes it'll hit them OTG and then that'll cause like an OTG state. But it's not the worst
To me,
thing.
it's usually like after. It's usually like in like a block, like a block string sort of thing. Like you hit them with other things, then you end it with 2D to Gunflame, or like I'll do 2D Gunflame YRC and run into them or something.
Oh, that's pretty common Soul shit though.
Okay.
That's not too bad. It's like that's a regular ass Soul block string. Is like 2D Gunflame YRC and then like dash far slash or dash 5H or like an IED pressure or something like that. Yeah.
I remember back when Grand Viper didn't have the additional rise and it just popped them up.
Those were some good times. I remember when 5K was 3 frames.
Yeah.
That was my shit. And Air Fafnir's. Rest in peace, Sidewinder. Sidewinder probably Soul's best move because you get to Fafnir, and then if you launch them, you get to Fafnir again, but in the air. It's like, boy, I miss Fafnir. They should give Leo Fafnir.
Maybe they'll do that in that whatever they end up calling next Guilty Gear, which honestly speaking, I'm excited for it, but I'm also like not at the same time with the current, like I guess you could say the current path of how like Arc System has been doing at their fighting games lately. I'm not looking forward to the next Guilty Gear.
Let's see. So there's still like a small AC plus R scene. Like some people will still play it.
Yeah.
So I expect if they like dumb GG down enough in the next version, some people just still hang on to Rev 2, and that'll be Guilty Gear for them.
I don't think we need to worry about them turning Guilty Gear into like PB Tag or anything.
I think the thing about it is like, I think they're gonna look at whatever happens with like Grand Blue. They're gonna look at how that works, and then if that succeeds and does well, then I think they're gonna go by whatever the hell that like whatever worked in that game. They're gonna keep it going with that because like they've already looked at how Dragon Ball and BB Tag worked, and that was like successful in their way, in their eyes, that looked as like a successful thing. So I think if Grand Blue does the same thing and then it works in their eyes, they might adapt those type of things into BB Tag. I mean, not BB Tag, into Guilty Gear 4 or whatever, which I'm not looking forward to that.
See, I feel like they have a distinction between their licensed titles and their Guilty Gear BB line of titles.
Now, would BB be more of a licensed title, or is that more of a like a Blaze? I guess it's more of a licensed
BB
thing.
Tag would be a licensed title.
Yeah.
Yeah, BB Tag's licensed.
BB Tag's their Marvel.
I'd consider Dragon Ball their Marvel. I wouldn't consider BB Tag a Marvel.
Oh, right. Dragon Ball's a thing. I forgot about that. Again.
Yeah.
Ugh.
As for Grand Blue, I think Cygames themselves want them to keep it as simple as possible.
To let all those little MOBA gay boys in there.
Yep, and all the waifu people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're gonna jump on that because.
Except they're not adding my waifu to the game, so like, what's the point?
But what if they are? But they're gonna do what they do with everything with Arxis, is that they're gonna add your waifu, but it's DLC.
I'll buy it instantly.
That's another thing that annoys me about them. But I've been saying this stuff since like Continuum Shift, and no one's been listening, so I'm like, fuck it.
DLC characters are kind of like I forgot the word.
It's
a
like,
bad thing we have to live with.
It's something you have to like live with, but sometimes it's like the way they do it compared to other games. They do it a lot worse. I noticed they've always been doing it a lot worse than other games do it.
Yeah, like or at least my only experience is like I guess with Guilty Gear, it's like all the characters cost like $5, and then
more than that.
It was like $5.50. Yeah,
I remember Dizzy was like fucking like $8-9.
Yeah, but then like some time goes by and they just release the complete package, so you can always like get that, and then shit ends up going on sale. So I think like I got my PlayStation copy of Guilty Gear for like $22, but then you look at something like Dragon Ball, where the version I got was like $101, came with 8 characters, DLC, and then I think there's like a season 2, and that's probably like another $20-$30 as well.
It's like $50.
50, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, for us Canadorks, it's like 50. It's like something like $50 for the second season pass.
Yeah, I know. Like, I never bought the any of the season passes for Street Fighter V, so like I have an incomplete version of it, and all the time I'd like check back and I'm like, yep, still too expensive for me. Nope, not paying $50 for this.
That's why I never picked up Tekken, even though I kind of wanted to. I really wanted to play, who was it, Eliza?
Yeah, she's pretty good.
Something like that. But I didn't want to buy her season pass because it was like $60.
She's not even part of the season pass.
Yeah, she was the pre-order bonus, boy.
Yeah, she's like a separate thing.
Yeah.
Well, who was I thinking of? Maybe it was someone else.
I think you're thinking about Negan, right? That's who you wanted to play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Negan, even like those characters, they're available separately. I thought that's what I did with season 2. Like I bought season 1, well separately. I didn't buy the season pass for season 1 because I was like, fuck the bowling. Because like I seen the bowling and it was worse than the previous one, so I was like, yeah, I'll just get the characters separately.
Anna, it was Anna. I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Anna's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I got in season 2. I picked up Julia just because her and like Lee were like my main since like, well, not technically Julia herself, but like that fighting style, because I used to play Michelle in like 1 and 2, and then she got replaced by Julia in the later games. But I used to always play Lee and then one of the Changs, but then Lee now is like not worth the effort, so I play Goki and Julia.
No, I like Akuma's addition in Street Fighter, or holy
Tekken.
shit, in Tekken.
Yeah,
is a real good like implementation. It's real faithful to like Street Fighter 4 and that shit.
Yeah.
Who's my boy is Steve Fox. He's my boy. Oh,
he's apparently really good in season 2.
Yeah, I fucking suck at him.
Nah, I mean it doesn't take much from what I've noticed. He's pretty easy to use, despite people think he's harder. I've had strange experiences of him.
Yeah, for me, it's just like Tekken movement is really weird to me.
Yeah, that's the thing about Tekken, is that the game itself, for the most part, is actually rather easy. But the big barrier that like crosses people from being like good to pretty good to like really really good and higher is all the movement stuff. Like that's like the barrier of entry. It's just like, in all honesty, it's literally like Smash Bros. Melee. You have to know the crazy like higher level tech, or else it's literally something that stops you from being able to get better.
Yeah.
Which that's one of the reasons why I'm not too big of a fan of Tekken compared to like Virtua Fighter or Dead or Alive. Is like you don't have to learn the really advanced movement options or things like that in order to do well in those games.
Yeah, it's like in Melee you have shuffling, in Tekken you have
Korean backdash.
Yeah, you have KBDs, which I can do because I have a cheat box.
Yeah.
And then in DOA you have titties and the square button, and so I'm happy.
Yeah.
DOA is a lot more complicated than that.
Yeah, it is. I will say I do wish Dead or Alive 6 was actually good. Because like I legit love the shit out of 5.
Oh,
Not just because...
there's a big DOA scene, 16 in London.
Damn, you guys are lucky. I was like the only person who played Dare Live in this entire city here.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I think like 5 or 6 people picked up the game here, and like everyone's kind of at the same level too. I think. Well, Andrew completely blows everyone else, but
yeah, it's just he knows his random ass fucking games.
Yeah.
What made me not want to pick up like the game itself, like in terms of like how it works, it's like it's better and worse than 5. But like what made me not want to pick up the game period was like it had like a third of the roster from last round like just missing, including the Virtuefire characters, which is like what made me get into 5 like hardcore.
Yeah, I feel like the Virtua Fighter characters were just a licensing deal that they couldn't get.
Yeah, which is weird because like Sega is like always all for allowing these kind of things, so it's like it means Tecmo just didn't bother. They bothered. They did it again for Mai, which is funny because like she was already DLC in the previous game, and then she's DLC again in 6. It's like what the hell? Come on.
SNK's gotta do their shit though. Yeah. Mai's gotta get in there, and then SNK needs their money.
Sam Show is gonna be good though.
Oh yeah, the new one's coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that one out already, or is it coming out in like a few weeks?
Comes in June.
June, okay, yeah. So
I think it's like late June. I actually haven't even put my pre-order yet for it, but I will soon.
I'm gonna play that game before I do any sort of pre-ordering.
You mean just ordering at that point? For me, it's like I don't know about new fighting games right now. Like I should technically try them all, because what if one clicks? But at the same time, I'm just like, I want to sit in my Guilty Gear Skullgirl corners as everyone in London plays like Eunice and then looks at Mortal Kombat 11 for however long that lasts.
Or that's probably already dead.
No, I think there's still like 2 or 3 people playing it.
That was another game that I thought was pretty good, but after all, I rented it for like a week. This game's pretty good, but the shit they're doing with like the way how progression is and everything is, I was like, yeah, I can't support this.
For me, it's like, so as long as I have my character in a default color, I'd be good. And I know for MK11, like I just pick Scorpion and then be happy with it.
Yeah.
But a lot of that game's weird to me. Just not having cross-ups and button blocking is weird. I don't understand it. My first experience with MKX was getting the bodied at like a friend's basement. It's like a huge juggle combo. And the entire issue was I'd come from Street Fighter V and I was trying to hold back the block and I didn't know there was a block button. And I was real pissed off because like, what are these combos? I'm used to Street Fighter V. I have like 2 hits and we're done. And now I'm getting juggled. And it's like, oh my god. That killed the game for me.
Yeah. MK has always had a very weird like combo system, especially even just visually. They always looked very strange. Even the older ones, it's like even though it's just a block, like for mix-ups, it's mostly just high-low and that's it. But the way they look is always so awkward that you're like, wait, what? Wait, this does this is that? Wait, okay. All right, I guess I'm dead now.
Guess I'll just die. That's what happens when you get furried. Nick, you ever played any of the Mortal Kombat games?
A long time ago at a friend's house.
Yeah, that's a typical North American story. I was in my friend's basement, never played it again.
Yeah, I didn't really like it.
Yeah.
I think it's Mortal Kombat 8 or something.
The one with like the freaking like 50+ characters?
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I think it had a big character select screen.
Yeah, I remember Armageddon had like literally every character ever in Mortal Kombat history. So it's like Smash Ultimate before Smash Ultimate happened.
Yeah, I remember the Mortal Kombat I put the most time in, I think it was 3 or 4. It was whatever the one was on that PlayStation 2 arcade disc.
It was probably 3.
Yeah, I think so. I just played Tower, and I get my ass kicked by the lady with 4 arms. I think Goro. Shiva. Yeah, I get my ass kicked by her, and then I go play Rampage. So how's everyone doing outside of that?
Honestly, really good. Especially after I've been getting like all my stuff. What's the word called? Getting everything all like in order. Like I know what I gotta do, what I don't gotta do. Everything's been much better. A lot less stress in my life. Been moving forward. I feel a lot in terms of health wise. I'm like the best that I've been in many years. I'm hoping to get to a certain like point in terms of like my body shape because I've been like working out as well. I'm hoping to reach a certain point by July because I'm trying to like get like a I wouldn't say like I wouldn't say I want to be huge, but I want to be like some sort of like I want to be jacked at some sort of way.
Yeah,
so that I can like
you want to pack on some muscle.
yeah, I want to pack on some good muscle. But my main problem is like I can see the change in my arms and like my chest, but completely getting rid of my gut's the big problem.
That's the male dilemma.
And it's like, how am I gonna do a hot Ryu cosplay with a gut?
Yeah, exactly. It's like I'm the same height as Ken, so I just need to get to the size of Ken, and then we're good. And then I can
just go as a dad bod, Ryu.
You see,
I might do that because like I'm also thinking of like getting because my main reason for the cosplay is that I'm gonna be going to I'm gonna go in cosplay for Toryuken.
Okay.
And, like, I'm thinking my main idea, if I can do it, is like day 1 I go with the hot Ryu, and then day 2 I go as evil Ryu because like there's this one site where they have like cosplay stuff you can buy, and a lot of the parts I'd need for a Ryu cosplay as a whole comes in the evil Ryu like set. But I could just kind of reuse bits and pieces for the hot Ryu and then use the whole thing for the evil Ryu. Especially since I don't want to wear the same cosplay twice in like 2 days in a row because that's going to smell bad.
Yeah. See, the thing about the Ryu cosplays is it's pretty easy. You need like a gi, some gloves, and a headband. And then like...
Shout Hadouken.
Now if you do end up smelling, here's the thing. That's just accurate to the cosplay because Ryu is a filthy hobo.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that works. It might also like let me like win more often in Smash because like you gotta be like smelly.
No, they just be used to it at that point. They have a natural built resistance. It'd help you win Street Fighter because those guys are used to hygiene.
Oh yeah, because like I think that's probably why I don't do like the greatest when I'm at the Smash weeklies. Like I'm not doing badly. I'm doing consistently like 3-2 and 4-2.
Yeah, but it's like it's hard to play with the Papper on.
Yeah, but I think I'll do even better if I like go there without showering. No, I'm kidding though. I actually legit like real talk. There was actually a couple people who came by sometimes and they like legit like reeked and they actually were told to leave. So like you actually can't go into the St. Clair Smash weeklies smelling like shit. Like they actually will legit be like, nah.
Okay.
Go home.
They're implementing some shower rules. It's not too bad.
We need to implement that in London.
Yeah.
Oh, you see, I'm never like. Fortunately, the room that we play in with the Smash scene is big enough that like they're not wafting over. But
I don't actually think they're that bad. But...
I just assume they are, and most of that's predicated on the fact that most of them are like in high school. It's like
I had good hygiene in high school.
Yeah, you might have had good hygiene, but not everyone does. Fucking the poor kids out there representing.
There's some people who like they're out of high school and they have terrible hygiene.
Sometimes you just don't learn that shit. Like, you need someone to walk up to you and tell you, like, hey, you smell. And then you need to take that and become self-conscious about it before you actually fix the problem.
Or you gotta, like, you gotta tell them, like, dude, you gotta do this. You gotta clean up this. You gotta not wear the same outfit, like, 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
And it's, like, it's weirdly a strange concept that doesn't, like, click into a lot of people, unfortunately.
It's like it's the one thing I'm like most self-conscious about whenever I'm going to like a tourney or like locals is, do I smell like shit? I hope not. And then it's like I'm also biking there, so have to have deodorant on me because I just biked like 5 kilometers to get to this place with like a PlayStation on my back. Hopefully I don't smell like shit.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things.
And hopefully if I do, people will tell me so I can go home and shower and then go ruin it all by biking back.
I think at that point you just take an Uber.
So
Uber's
like
so expensive.
Forewarning, when I go to now, it used to be real easy back when the shoebox was the shoebox because I could just keep a stick of deodorant in there and then like just before my match pop it out, pop it on, do a nice sniff check, offer it to my compatriot, and then like give him the stick and then fist bump. But now I have to like keep it in my bag. So, but if you see me in bracket and I smell like shit, like tell me to go fix that shit. I don't mind.
Yeah. Now, has anyone ever accepted your deodorant?
No.
Honestly,
No.
real talk, that's actually giving me an idea now because like my stick has like the compartment thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's big enough for like I used to store like other things. Like I stored matches, I stored condoms and things like that. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? Maybe I'll store a deodorant stick in there,
Yeah.
and not even for myself. I'll just
Keep
like
it in
be
there as a speed stick.
yeah.
It's like that's the big brain.
I think I'll actually buy speed stick on purpose just for that.
Exactly. It's like you got a pun, and then you've got a like an actual useful thing. Yeah. The best thing was I was able to keep like my phone charger and my Switch in my shoebox, and that was nice. I remember. I think it was Border City Brawl. After I got like knocked out in Guilty Gear, I just went, sat down, popped open my shoebox, started playing some Bayonetta.
I'm still sad that I had to miss that.
Oh yeah, you weren't there, were you?
Yeah, I was actually like totally lined up to go, and then like I had to go to Turkey for like a bunch of big surgeries and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was like literally during that time frame, and then like I didn't come back to anything. Like I came back to Canada like 2 weeks later, like I think the 15th or 16th.
Yeah.
But, like, I didn't attend or see anyone for like at least another week or two afterwards because like I needed to recover.
Yeah.
And like no one gave a shit. But anyways,
there's a whole Canada Cup debacle and all that shit. Oh my god.
oh man, Canada Cup. That's one of the things. Is like Canada Cup has always consistently been a little sus.
Yeah,
But
it was
people
Mhm.
people keep going to it, and I'm like, I remember I tell people all the time, like they'd choose between, especially in like in our area here, like they'd choose between going to Canada Cup or going to Youmacon because they're like 1 week apart.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, dude, it is not only cheaper to go to Youmacon, but it's better consistently every single time. But then they'll just choose to go to Canada Cup anyways because quote unquote the competition is higher. But I'm like, what's it? There's a whole other can of worms of something.
I think we're on the opposite stance for that right now because I can't make it to Combo Breaker because we do shitty planning, and most of that reason is because all these fucking weebs in London are going to fucking Anime North instead of Combo Breaker. And I'm like, come on, guys, I need better, like I need people to room with. What are you guys doing?
You can room with me.
The good thing about Combo Breaker and like a lot of those other kind of majors is that a lot of people just like if as long as you can find someone who will let you room with them, or you have a room set up and you just send out like a tweet to like people out there and just say like who wants to come in, and people will do it. I when I used to go to Youmacon when I was a little bit younger, it was quite often that me and my best friend and her and I would always just like room up with our people, like every single time. We literally just like we wouldn't separate. We'd get our tickets like for the badge early, but then we just like find people to room with them instead of getting our own rooms and things like that because it was just easy and people would do that.
Yeah, I know for Combo Breaker, I need to like book my hotel right now for 2020 because I think that's where I fucked up. Is I started trying to like get London together around like February, and that was way too late. By that point,
Well, it depends on the area. Some people are really good at planning, like in terms of like even in like late times, it's fine. But like I know from my own experiences, like even right now, I'm trying to like get something for Toryuken, and it's like fuck, it's like come on, man. I'm doing like everything possible to get things set up, and it's like I still don't have like confirmed people coming in or not. But even though I have like a group chat of like 8 people, and still no one's confirmed.
We need to figure that fucking shit out too. I know what the fuck's going on for Toryuken. We don't have a Discord channel set up for it yet, so I don't know.
When's Toryuken?
July. Yeah.
July the 13th and 14th. So if you're, depending on where your area is, you might, if I know for myself, like I'd be taking off 12th to the 15th. So like 4 days instead of just 2. But if it's within your area to go there or not, you can just go 2 days. But I know for my distance, I'd have to take 4 days because like you take the Friday to get to the venue itself. What's good is that the venue is in the same area as the hotel, like the same exact building.
Yeah,
which is great because it was like that 2 years ago as well, where the venue was the same thing as the hotel, which made things a lot easier. And the place was right across the street from a great like mall too.
I know last year Russell did it in a hotel, so that wasn't too hard to get to. It was real hard to get back from. but that wasn't any of Russell's fault. That was just crime. That's just big crime.
Yeah, this one's really this time it's back to the same places from 2 years ago, and that's a lot better.
Nick, have I told the Toryukin story on the podcast?
I'm not sure which one you're talking about.
Okay, I might have on the podcast with Richard.
One?
Hmm?
The hotel one?
Yeah.
I think maybe on Richard's, yeah.
Okay, maybe, but I'll retell it because I can't remember. But Toryukin last year, everything goes great, and then we're getting ready to leave, and we go to the parking garage that one of the guys who drove us there had his car parked in. It's taped off, and there are police there.
Oh no!
And we're like, hey, what's up? Now, mind you, this is about 11 p.m., 11:30, maybe like closer to like 1. So yeah, it's like 11 to 12. We just got finished eating dinner with some Waterloo boys, and then at this really shitty Indian restaurant. It was just like you could describe the cuisine as salt plus rice, and then they call it curry, and there'd be like curry ingredients in there, but ingredient number 1, salt. It was like they took all the guys who went 2-0 at Toryukin the past weekend, and they just squeezed them into that curry. So we eat that, and it's, awful as it was, but I mean, it's better than a $30 slice of pizza. So, take what you can get, I guess. So now we're going back to the car. We've already checked out of our hotel, and at this point, the hotel is closed. We can't get back in and recheck in.
Yeah.
So, car's up, and we're like, what happened? Yeah, some guy got shot on the on-ramp.
Oh.
To death. Like, a guy got shot to death at the on-ramp of our hotel. So it's like, well, fuck, what are we going to do? So I give him, the officer, my number, and call me when things clear up. Which, of course, they don't, because we have no idea when they clear up. So we start wandering around downtown Toronto, as one does, at this point, 1:30 in the morning. Mm-hmm. Around 2 o'clock, after wandering around for a while and, wondering what the fuck we're going to do, we tried to see if we could get a room in a hotel, this one hotel, and they're like, yeah, so we only have these suites available right now, and it'd only be four something like that, or 4 people, and we had a 5-person party because we filled the car. So I was like, yeah, so one of you would have to get a separate suite, and then we start looking at options to one of us trains out to London, and then another one, and then the 4 people get the hotel and then drive back, or all 4 of us train out to London and one of the guys gets or something like that. So we leave that hotel, and we have the idea, okay, maybe we book the hotel room and then sneak a guy in. At some point, we get approached by this grifter at 2 o'clock in the morning. He's a singing, joke-telling grifter from Ethiopia.
Oh, great.
And he can't sing.
Oh, even better.
And his jokes aren't funny.
Oh.
And he talks about how when he was a kid, his dad bought him an Xbox, and how he played Mortal Kombat and shit like that, and then asked us all what our favorite game was and things like that. And then I slipped him $20 to ask him, well, A, for 2 things. A, I wanted to know where the closest hotel was, and then B, I wanted him to go away. Yeah. So I was like, all right, $20. Where's the hotel? Get the fuck out of here. Didn't say it like that, but basic message was conveyed. Yeah. Tells us about this crack den. That way, some guy might bang on your door asking you for weed, but it's a good place. So we're like, all right, wasted $20. That's fine. Eventually, we sneak a guy into the Marriott hotel, and then it's great. The place is great. I sleep on the floor, but that's fine. And then later at Canada Cup, we stay in the same hotel. It wasn't all bad, but they didn't clear up the dead body until 12 lunchtime the next day. We weren't able to get to the car. And then we're in the Tim Hortons, and we're with Orange Man, Street Fighter 5 player in London, who's not terrible. He's pretty good Rashid player. Comes out, makes top 8s, international level player. Just what it is. And Mr. Problem X comes in, as Mr. Problem X was at Toryu, so he could get the Capcom Cup. Capcom Cup points. Yeah. Something like that. I think J1 was also there, but we didn't run him into J1. And anyways, so Problem X.
But when you finish, all I'm gonna say is I actually have, I wouldn't say a problem, but I actually have like it's a reoccurring thing where nearly every single time I go to Toryuken, my means of getting sent to losers is always Jaywong. But
Really? Okay.
yeah,
So basically what happens is Problem X and Orange Man are talking about Abigail and Bison. That's what I gather from the conversation as I'm eating my cream cheese bagel. And then Problem X says something about like how he really likes Canadian tournaments, so I give him a fist bump. And obviously that fist bump gives him the power he needs to go win Evo a few months later. And that's my Toryuken story. Oh, and then we went home.
So wait, is the story actually about how you fist bumped this guy?
Yeah, the story, it might start off with a guy getting shot in our on-ramp, but it's really a story about me fist bumping Mr. Problem X so that he can win Evo.
the true story.
Sometimes it just goes like that. So, what's up with Jaywon?
Just since like him and I tend to do a lot of similar things. Like we enter a lot of games in nearly like every like tournament thing we go to. Like if he goes to Toryuken or if I go to Yomakan or vice versa, we tend to enter a lot of the games there, especially the old school stuff. So it's like it's very common where I run into him in bracket, and then usually it goes like pretty well. Like it's never like I know it's never gonna get blown up, but it goes where he usually ends up winning. So it's like it's usually like it's like, oh, I'm in a bracket. Oh, I have to. Like, I'm doing pretty well. Your next match is gonna be J1. Well, I guess I gotta hope I do well in losers bracket now.
All right. Well,
every single time.
Will this be your repeat of last year, or will I pull it through?
Yeah. Though there was one instance where it went the other way around, where in MBCI, where I had to play him, and I actually did win. I won game one, but like I kind of had the feeling that he didn't really want to play anyways. Like he was more focused on Street Fighter V during that day. So I was like, I even told him like straight up like, when he was waiting on, he's like, went back to character select screen, and I told him I could see a look on his face like he doesn't really want to play. I was like, dude, do you actually even want to play this match? He was like, nah, not really. So like he DQ'd himself. So like technically it went 1-0 in my favor.
J1 free.
But they wrote it off as DQ.
Yeah, I know. That happened last Toryuken. J1 DQ'd himself from Marvel 3. So our buddy Richard Dam couldn't come out and get his shot at J1, but you know, it's whatever. You want to focus on Street Fighter 5? You do your thing.
Yeah, I'm hoping I do a lot better because like some instances of like how I did last year, it was like it surprised myself because it's like especially in like a lot of games like Sailor Moon, for example. I don't get to play a game ever. Like up until Toryuken, the last time I actually sat down and played that game was back when I was like maybe 13 or 14.
It's Russell's game. That's Toronto's game.
Yeah, and like I always liked the game. I first played it back when I was like 7 and stuff. It's a really really fun game. I always liked it, and I didn't know it had a competitive scene, but I always felt me and my best friend always felt that it had like a lot of potential to it. And then when I went there and I was playing like just in casuals and just messing around in training mode for bun checks stuff like that, and like we got like Corey, missing person. He's like, whoa, like how much? He asked me things like, how often do you play this game? And I'm like, honestly, I haven't played this game since I was like 14, 15 years old. And he was like, but you're doing like straight up like actual tech, or you're doing like advanced stuff. And I'm like, I am.
Yeah, what was it? It was like the backdash fireball cancel.
Yeah, like backdash fireball cancel. Using things like with Neptune, you can if you do close heavy kick, it becomes an overhead. Or like you can meaty the overhead on their like when they're getting up, and you can like if you buffer it right, you can like do meaty overhead heavy kick into like the DP, which also means you can combo that into the DP super, and that can do like fucking 90% damage. So it's like little things like that. He's like just by playing naturally, you like developed or learned like advanced tech without actually having to play against people. And I'm like, yeah, I guess. And then I ended up, I think it went top 8 in that game, which is like, to me, makes me go, holy shit. Imagine if I actually had people to play with.
Yeah.
Could have been. But that was a losing battle. I tried as hard as my might. I couldn't get people to play that game. Or many other games. I tried like
it's the SNES hustle. It's the SNES hustle plus the Windsor mix-up.
Oh, the Windsor mix-up's the worst thing. I'm not even going to get into that. It's professional.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it because I got some people to play Skullgirls with me, and that's all I really wanted.
All I can say is hope that they're actually still playing it after you left.
Oh, I doubt it. I don't.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You see, here's the thing: is I don't really care if people are practicing my game when I'm not there, but when I'm there, I'm going to make people play with me. That's just pretty much how it is. Or I'll set up my Skullgirls in my corner, and I'll sit down and play by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And it was nice to come back to London and see that somehow people naturally started playing Skullgirls without me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had like 1 or 2 people new to play. Neverblock, Roberto, and Richard picked it up. Mostly to spite me. Roberto did it because he didn't want me to be the second best Skullgirls player in London. And then Richard did it because it's Marvel. Now, if I'm actually attending locals, maybe I can keep it alive in the city for a little while longer. But if I'm sleeping through locals like I did yesterday, that's going to suck. I'll have to work on that. And then I'll go back to Windsor and I'll find someone to play Skullgirls with me.
I mean, I'll play it, but we'd probably play it. We'd be playing it elsewhere.
Yeah. Now the issue with part of Windsor is like Danny's there, and Danny's really good at Skullgirls. So I don't like playing Danny because I get blown the fuck up and I don't know what I'm doing. But then there's like some of the lower level guys, or like the guys who are more around my level, where it's like we can carrot and stick it, where one guy's ahead of me and then I get ahead of him and then he gets ahead of me and then we can start growing. With like Danny, the stick is 3 kilometers long and I can't see the carrot.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like the couple tournaments I went and like I got to play casuals against like Lost Soul or Peppery Splash. It's like, okay, this guy's really good. I'm gonna go play someone like slightly better than me because I can't. This is just like I learned how to block and then I'm not blocking anymore and I'm dead. Yeah, there's always, for me, there's the issue of like a skill gap being too large. Like anytime.
I actually really like playing like matchups where it's like I like playing like really strong opponents. I don't know. I always get excited about that stuff. It never happens.
Yeah, it can get me fired up, but then there's a certain point where it seems like there's not a lot that I can do here, so it's easier to just like watch them play casuals than actually experience it myself. It's sort of like Nick when he plays anyone.
Sorry, what?
Really? Oh my god! Come on, Nick. I just delivered the hottest insult that I could, and then you just not even paying attention.
All I could tell was that it was an insult.
Yeah.
There you go. That's exactly what it works with what you said, though.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess when it comes to getting my shit ready for a tour, you can do. What is a good thing is that if I'm not able to do the hot Ryu thing, I'm still going to do the Eve Ryu regardless. But I guess for one of those days, whether it's day 1 or 2, I can wear my my new jersey since I got sponsored by Verify Esports not too long ago. And
for tour, you can go in for Street Fighter V. I'm assuming Sailor Moon, and is Smash there?
Yeah, Smash there, which is actually really great. It's like, why I'm like, dude, definitely fucking sign up for this thing because it's like now we have even that too. It's like numbers are gonna be crazy, and like just in general, it's like the amount of games they have there. It's like there's no reason not to. There you go.
Nick, you want to room with me for Toryuken?
Maybe, yeah.
All right. You want to get Ethan on board so that we can have someone to give us a ride?
Yes, but he's not going to say yes till he finds a job.
Okay. Can I just sponsor him?
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
Real talk though. If you guys want to, I'm probably gonna set up a room at some point soon. And like in all honesty, I'm starting to notice like with the people that I have in my little group chat thing. It's like I want them to all go, but so far it looks like only one of them out of like the other 8 is actually willing to go. But like I can set up the room, and then like you guys could be with me. Like I'll have the room set up, and then like you guys, we all room together. Yeah. Obviously, we have our own ways of getting there.
We could do that. The issue is I'd have to either book Sunday off or bounce because like I have to work 11 p.m. on Sunday, so that means I probably leave there like 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd have the room set up for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday's checkout.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not a problem. If you have to leave for a certain thing, that's not a problem. Just if we have more people, it's better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, more people brings costs down. And then Nick and I can cuddle. I mean,
As for stuff I'm signed up for, I'm going for SF5, Super Turbo, Sam Show 5 Special, Sailor Moon, KOF 98, Last Blade 2, Smash, and then Sam Show, the new one.
I think I registered like a few days ago, and I think I registered for Guilty Gear, and that's it.
I'm on the fence about wanting to sign up for Guilty Gear. It's like I want to, but at the same time, it's like I gotta see if like it's gonna work for me because like I don't get to play it. I honestly don't like online. I don't get to play anyone online. Online's a joke, anyways.
Oh.
And then like locally, I don't get to play with anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing with Tekken too. It's like I want to sign up for Tekken, but at the same time, I don't get to put enough time into it. The thing about like, all the other games is that all the other ones except for SF5, I can kind of like, and I guess Smash Ultimate as well. But I play Smash Ultimate often enough that I don't have to worry about this. But
Yeah.
for the other games, it's like once again, it's like all you need is the fundamentals. And you need good neutral and shit like that. And you can carry yourself. You don't have to lab.
Mm-hmm.
So like SF5 and Smash Ultimate are the only games in my list so far where I have to like keep myself up to date or lab and shit. Which is why I'm on the fence about signing up for like something like Guilty Gear or Tekken.
Yeah, where it's all like it's a lot of matchup, and then you have to keep your combos on point, and then you gotta make sure that you're adjusting for your lightweights and your heavyweights and all that. Yeah, I was thinking about entering Eunice, but no, I don't care.
I've tried so many times to like get into that game. Even recently, I tried again where like try a different character. Each time I try to get back into that game, I try a character too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I started off as an Akatsuki main from Uniel.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't fun. And then when Eunice was coming out, I was like, all right, apparently everyone was going like, oh my god, Akatsuki is actually really good now. He's top tier.
Yeah,
like,
Bitatsu.
really? But like, I don't believe that personally. But I'm like, you know what? I'll still play him. But I think Linnae looks fun too. And I was having a little bit of an Undertale kick, so I was like, yo, Color 4 looks like fucking Kara from Undertale, so I'm gonna play as kicker too. And then like, I didn't really like her very much in terms of playing her. And Akatsuki, he's better than he was in Uniel, but in all honesty, he's not that much better. So I'm like, whoever's saying he's amazing is like lying.
No, he's definitely top tier.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, we're a city with like 4 Akatsukis.
But I mean, like that's like saying Zelda's top tier because like one of the top players in Windsor uses Zelda. You know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't mean that the character itself is great. It's just that player is good. Imagine if that player picks someone who's better.
I can't think of anyone better. Well, Batista maybe, and Fonan.
Wait a minute, Nick, is this your tier list? Is Akatsuki's at the top? Come on, man. You know that's not true.
I know, like Fonon's amazing. Batista's, Seth is apparently the best character in the entire game. Wagner's really good. That's a character I tried to get into. I tried to get into Wagner, and I was just like, this character is fun. I like what this character can do, but the game just doesn't click with me. That's why I'm like, nah.
For me, what kills Eunice is every character having full screen buttons except for me. And then what kills Wagner is combos aren't Akatsuki's combos. It's 2 more buttons or some shit. And I was like, I just want like something short and sweet.
Yeah.
Just something into Bitatsu. That's how I do it.
Despite I know it being a thing from his game, and hell, to be completely honest, what got me to play Akatsuki back in Uniel was because I actually used to play Blitzcamp when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
I get it that it makes sense because that's what his game has, but I hate that his DP is 2-2.
As a former Jacko player, I was like all right with it because I'm just used to doing down inputs.
Mm-hmm.
And then as a Leo player, I'm fine with not having to do an actual DT or DP input because I just do flash kick.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too bad for me, and then it helps with cross ups, but yeah.
He's also got a really good DP.
Yeah. I just wish it was I just wish it was a 6-2-3. That's my thing. I'm used to doing a 6-2-3. But it's like, I don't know. I don't like 2-2.
Meanwhile, Nanase both has the normal DP input, but the TP is so bad that you never really use it.
Oh yeah. Did you like complete your switch over to Nanase?
Yeah, well, it's more switch back to Nanase.
Right. Oh.
You gotta play the song now really loud every time.
Okay. London loves the song.
I've actually never. The funny thing about it is that I always hear the memes about it and everything, but I never actually get to hear it often enough to know if it's a song I like or not.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. So like, I always liked the song because back in Uniel, I wasn't part of any community. I just played the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then I heard the memes, and I brought it up to somebody in London, and he's like, "No, we love the song here, like legit."
All right. We just did like an hour. Saito, you got anything you want to plug? Twitter, Twitch, all that shit?
I guess my follow me at Determined Saito on Twitter. My Twitch is twitch.tv/Saito Kojima, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep that or not. I don't know what else to really add to plug because I'm not really a pluggy person.
Yeah. check out was it Verify that sponsors you? Verify Esports?
Yeah.
Yeah, check them out.
Verify, yeah. I think they go by Verify GG, like they spelt. Let me do the spelling again.
Yeah, I'll link it in the podcast description and all that shit. Don't follow Nick at Twitter at Workville, unless you want to help with his Grand Blue raids. You can follow the podcast at Jumpcancel or at Jumpcancel Pod, and email like fucking fan mail that we'll never get, or voicemails at jumpcancel at gmail or jumpcancelpod@gmail.com. Follow me on Twitter at Jack-Onee-san. Follow me on Twitch at Jack-Onee-san. And yeah, it's the podcast. Later, guys.
See ya.
Safe your Windsor. 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 Safe your Windsor.